I believe in a world of limitless people. Throughout history, there have been those that have seen challenge differently, and as a result of their vision, they were able to do what others thought was impossible. They're the ones that have been the catalysts that have moved humanity forward. They've been the innovators, the revolutionaries, and the heroes, choosing the path of constant improvement, but they're known by another name. They're known as warriors. I dedicated my life to finding out how these warriors saw themselves and the world around them. I wanted to know what this way of life held for me. I believed it was something that could be learned, something I could teach to others. But all the books I read said that I could only learn so much from studying it. This was a way of life that had to be experienced. To do that, I joined one of the last warrior tribes in the world, and I followed them into battle. And that's how in 2003 and 2004 I found myself fighting alongside United States Marines in Iraq. There, we were in combat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for months on end. We were all exhausted emotionally and physically. Every single day we saw friends, people we knew, maimed and killed. Fear there was a part of everyday life. And yet whenever these Marines were given another mission to accomplish, they didn't come up with excuses about why it couldn't be done. This was so different from the life I knew back home, where I'd seen people give all the excuses in the world about the reasons they couldn't be, do, or have the things they wanted in their life. For these warriors, they were passionate about overcoming challenge. They were interested in finding ways to overcome every limit that was placed in front of them. And I learned that that's what set warriors apart. This was a way of life that I wanted to be able to practice off the battlefield. There are warriors who work in offices, take kids to soccer practice, and cook dinner with their families. These warriors are artists in dealing with conflict, martial artists who have spent thousands of years learning and developing the same battlefield mindset I experienced, but they studied how to resolve conflict before it started. I traveled to the mountains of Japan to learn what it was to be this type of peaceful warrior. There I raked sand, trimmed trees, meditated, and trained. They taught me there was a spiritual side to being a warrior, and that I could actually live in harmony with my life. Well, now I had a roadmap that I could follow. I uncovered the psychology used to convince myself that nothing was impossible. I had tested it myself in combat, refined it in the training halls of Japan, and begun to put it into practice at home and in my career. Learning how warriors see themselves and the world changed me forever. Instead of surviving, I began thriving. People noticed I had a unique way of approaching my problems. I was reacting differently to things. Before I would get stuck on something and just give up, but now I began seeing solutions. I was doing the bare minimum at work before just to get by, but now I had the desire to master my field. I'd always been afraid of being hurt, so I never opened up, I never shared myself with anyone. But now I was loving passionately in my relationships. I saw every moment as an incredible gift I could cherish. My work was being published around the world. I was one of the top reporters in the military, and I was living my dream of sharing the stories of warriors around the globe. People began asking me, "Sean, how is it you have the courage to go out and pursue all your dreams? How are you able to be calm when everyone else is pulling their hair out with stress?" I realized then that it was time to teach others what I had spent decades discovering. Living as a warrior with the passion, the courage, and the dedication that I had seen on the battlefield was not just something for veterans. The poise, the discipline, and the confidence of martial artists I studied with, it wasn't just for black belts and masters. No, this way of life was for everyone. I believe it's our birthright to tap into this way of life, this collective knowledge that we've developed over thousands of years to give us the courage to pursue our dreams. I believe that we can be confident, successful, and balanced, not 10 years from now, but today. Because warriors understand that this type of life isn't something you put off for when it's convenient. They know that it's the action we take today that will give us the ability to look back years from now and know that we've lived an extraordinary adventure. For warriors, they make each moment a work of art. They make each day an expression of the passion they have for living. My job is to share this way of seeing the world with others. My job is to teach people that their problems are actually their greatest opportunities. I believe a limitless person lives within you. It's always been there, just waiting for you to share it with the world. You can live from this place of confidence, of passion, and of purpose. It's time to awaken the limitless person inside you. It's time to awaken your inner warrior.